Okay, I welcome you to another book review video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a book that I recently finished called Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. Now, for me, this book talks about a couple of important issues and topics, and you learn about them through the characters' experiences. So, Elizabeth Zott loves chemistry. She goes to university to study chemistry, but at a certain point in her life, she faces discrimination and abuse at the hands of the senior members in her department who are male. And that makes her leave academia or that particular university. She moves to a small town and she starts working in a lab called Hastings Institute, where she meets this person called Calvin Evans, who is considered like a prodigy in the world of chemistry for what he has discovered up to now. So Elizabeth and Calvin become friends, and eventually they develop a fondness for each other and start working on some important scientific research. But there are certain twists in the book that lead to very difficult circumstances for Elizabeth Zott. And she has to move out of academia again, and she decides to host a show that she stumbles on, luckily, because the producer of that show is a parent um, at a school that her daughter goes to. And yeah, I missed that fact. Elizabeth and Calvin did have a daughter, Madeline or Mad, and Elizabeth realizes that she needs a job to look after her daughter, so she takes up the cooking show, and that's when her approach to cooking is very, very scientific. She looks at cooking as chemistry, and she also thinks that the role of the homemaker is so, so important and underappreciated. So she really gives that respect and status back to that role through her cooking show and through starting like a national discourse on how that meal in the evening basically nourishes so many people through the day. So I think for me, it throws light on patriarchy in the '60s. It's a strong feminist sort of take on the world of academia and how promotions sometimes are limited to certain backgrounds and certain genders. In the '60s, I don't know if it's changed right now, but yeah, and I think the characters, especially Elizabeth Zott and the other characters, are very, very resilient, lovable, and determined. And that's something you grow to love about them. And especially Elizabeth Zott is someone that is really inspiring because she's an amazing parent, she's an amazing chemist, she's an amazing entrepreneur. And overall, I think it's a really well written book and definitely one of my top five books of the year. Thank you for listening to this review, and this is Abhishek Shetty, the Teacher Tuber. That's my review of Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Gums.